with my brother Clarence Hill from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram out there in Dallas. Chill, you brought it up. Let's get into it. I know you were there. What happened? What did you see from your advantage?
Well, I mean, they didn't show up.
They didn't show up?
They didn't show up for the second time in the last 3 years with a home game as the favorite team at AT&T Stadium.
So me and Greg talked about it. I think that me and Brian Broaddus, we had him over here earlier. We talked about how we deciphered the blame, and I put most of the blame on the defense. Is that fair?
Well, of course, the defense didn't stop a nosebleed. They didn't stop them passing. They didn't stop them running. Even if the Cowboys' offense would have got back in the game, there was no hope that the defense could contain them for them to get the lead. I mean, to get back in it legitimately to make a comeback. Certainly Dak had the 2 interceptions early, but the defense never stopped them. Never stopped them when it mattered.
Not a thing that they stopped.
And so nationally, everybody gets all excited about Dak, and Dak didn't play well. He admitted he didn't play well, but the biggest problem in that game was the defense, and the defense you're talking about a quarterback in his first playoff game, and he was almost perfect. He had his quarterback rating, everything was perfect. He was never flustered. The secondary was, it seemed like they was, confused, and certainly we already know about with the run game and not being able to stop the run. It just they didn't do anything, and so but it was think about when the Cowboys melt down in the playoffs. It's a total team meltdown. Dak gets a lot of blame, but it's not just Dak in the offense. It's the entire team, and that goes with the coaching staff. Michael Parsons talked about it. The defense certainly got out-coached.
Michael Parsons was talking?
Yeah, the defense certainly got out-coached and out-schemed.
Yeah, out-schemed. I'm glad you said it. That's why I put the blame on the guy that's over in Washington.
Yeah.
I put the blame solely on him.
Well, they just did what they do, and it's like, you go to the playoffs and clearly the Packers schemed the Cowboys and the Cowboys were going to do what they do, and so they had a game plan specific for the Cowboys defense, and it worked to perfection.
What do the Cowboys need to do now with this Dak Prescott situation?
I think that everything is on the table because there's so much frustration. But Dak has the Cowboys by the barrel. Dak has all the leverage in this situation.
No trade clause, can't be franchise tag.
And the thing about it is because the problem with Cowboy fans and some Cowboy media and everybody else is they want a pound of flesh, and they want somebody to pay. They want to fire McCarthy.
Are you speaking about yourself?
No.
Okay, I was just curious.
No. I'm jaded. I've been doing this a long time, but
Well, I hear your name come up in these on my post game show when you guys are doing those interviews in the deal. Hear your name, Clarence. No, what do you want, Clarence? What do you want from us, Clarence? What do you want me to do, Clarence? I hear your name come up a lot, so I'm just trying to say.
No, I just asked the question that need to be asked, but no, I'm just saying that they have no choice because they don't want to get back on that quarterback journey they were on between Troy Aikman and Tony Romo. And everybody thinks that get rid of Dak and go find somebody else. Get rid of Dak, go to Trey. If Trey was all of that, San Francisco wouldn't let him go for a fourth-round pick, and the Cowboys gave him the best offer that was on the table for him.
You know what everybody's problem is? Everybody thinks that they're draft guys.
Oh, draft Knicks. Everybody, it's a cottage.
I watched this guy.
It's a cottage. And what's worse is everybody gets an all-22 and thinks they know where the ball should go. That's what drives me crazy. It's like you don't know what the progressions are. So to say that he threw it here, this guy was open, well, he may have been the last guy in the progression. You don't know where they're supposed to go with the ball, but people just do that gotcha film. And it's always gotcha film. This guy was open, Dak just missed it. Now that's you don't know what the responsibilities are, what the progressions are, and all of that.
Another thing is too, what we see, the quarterback doesn't see on the field.
No, again, anybody can see a lot of things after the fact, but the bottom line is, Dak is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not Patrick Mahomes. I never thought he was Patrick Mahomes. He's not Aaron Rodgers at his best, certainly, but you can do a lot worse than Dak Prescott. A lot of teams have done a lot worse than Dak Prescott, and if you let Dak Prescott go, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, New Orleans, Raiders would jump at a guy like Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Love to have a guy like Dak Prescott
Right.
to be their quarterback. So, I mean, the Cowboys are frustrated. It's a lot of money. You commit a lot of money to a guy that has not taken you past a certain level in the postseason. And how do you fix that? Do you change him or you fix the guys around him?
How good of a coach is Mike McCarthy?
I think Mike has done a good job. I mean, there's no question. You look, Mike don't get enough credit for the job he's done. Last year, and we saw what happens when you don't have your starting quarterback. You see what happened with the Jets, this year. You lose your starting quarterback for 5 games last year. The Cowboys went 4-1. They finished 12-5. 12-5 each last 3 years. That's nothing to sneeze at. To manage this roster, manage this team, and have 3 consecutive 12-5 seasons, that tells you Mike is doing the right things in the regular season. My frustration with Mike is that I go back to 2021 when he admitted that going into that 49ers game, his team wasn't ready to play. And I don't know how you let them walk out the locker room when you're not ready to play. Out of shaking the
Right.
rafters or something like that and say, wake the hell up. How y'all not ready to play? Y'all in the home playoff game. And then you come out and for whatever reason, you're down 27-0 against the Packers, and clearly you weren't ready to play, or whatever the reason was, you didn't play your best to start the game. Something's amiss there, but Mike has done a good job. Clearly, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to build a team. That defense was all, Dan Quinn. What he did on offense with Dak this year compared to Dak under Kellen Moore was much improved. There's no question about that.
How's my guy Jerry doing? He looked. His eyes were very red after that game. It looked like he had been shedding tears after that loss. Have you had any contact with Jerry? Jerry went. I never thought I would see Jerry reduce himself to a letter, as opposed to getting behind a microphone.
What are you talking about?
When he put the letter out about how he felt about Mike McCarthy and what all that. When has Jerry Jones ever ran away from the microphone?
Well, we talked to him at the Senior Bowl last week,
but
and
before
we talked.
my fearlessly, I looked to Jerry for inspiration. My leader didn't come to the microphone. He wrote a letter.
He talked after the game, and then he kind of, he didn't want to let the emotions of the game dictate
Clarence,
any decisions
my guy went
he
into
made.
hiding. Let's call it.
Well, no doubt he went. Listen, it was a sensitive time. It's tough times. There's no question about that. They didn't see that coming. And the thing about it is, it's one thing to lose. It's one thing to get your doors blown off at home. They didn't see that coming, and he didn't see that coming. So, yeah, it's a lot of heartache and frustration, and he was
embarrassed.
Well, there's no question he was embarrassed. The whole fan base was embarrassed. Everybody in Dallas was embarrassed to play the way they played. And so, he regrouped and decided that he'd rather stay the course, at least for one more year, than to make wholesale changes. Because I'm going to tell you, if you change coaches, if you change situations, it may be a better result in the long run, but it's not going to be a better result in the short run.
Yeah, I had some historical guy here try to tell me that Rex Ryan becoming the defensive coordinator would make take the Cowboys to the Super Bowl.
I mean, again, their hope and their plan was to continue on with Dan Quinn. Now, what they do now, because whoever they bring in, there are going to be some changes on how the defense is played. There's probably going to be some changes anyway because of the inability to stop the run and their poor play at linebacker and their, just the roster makeup at linebacker.
So basically, you haven't hired Mike Zimmer yet.
Well, it's most likely going to be Zimmer, but Zimmer's not going to continue what they're doing. Zimmer has a different philosophy than Dan Quinn.
Well, what's taking you so long to get the deal done?
Well, first of all, you got to understand that fortunately and unfortunately, let's just call it what it is. They had to adhere to the Rooney Rule, and so they had to interview 2 outside minority candidates.
Okay.
Marco Emmanuel,
I heard about that one.
Interviewing today, was the second outside minority candidate to go with Ron Rivera.
Okay.
Now the path has been cleared for them to hire the guy they want. And really to move on with Zimmer if that's what they want to do. But they could not move on to a coach without interviewing the 2 minority candidates from the outside. And so that's Ron Rivera and Marco Emmanuel today.
Okay. Well, before I let you go, there's talks of me coming to the Combine. I need to get on that bus. I need to get on the bus. I need you to work your magic, get the pool. I need to talk to Jerry.
Well, you can talk to. He's available. He talks to us on the bus. There's bus during the day and there's bus in the day. There's bus at night.
Okay. Do I need to get a pass or something from you? What do I need to do
No,
on the bus?
During the day or at night.
Which is the best Jerry? Night Jerry or day Jerry?
Well, night Jerry might not just be Jerry. It might be.
That'd be Jerry that got Jimmy Johnson up out of here.
No. Night Jerry might be a fun house.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
The bus is a fun house at night, but yeah, there's no problem.
We do this all the time, so this is nothing new between me and you. But thank you for sitting down with me here. Of course, we had to get your thoughts on the Cowboys.
Well, you went viral, media night.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
You went
somebody
viral.
had a hand in that too, come to find out. Ooh. And the hand is you.
Yeah,
you retweeted it.
Yeah, I retweeted it. I retweeted it, so I got everybody. I got a strong reach.
Listen, because of you, I've had to do interviews over in VA. I was over on BS3 last night. I mean, I've become a star because of this. What you think about the 49ers chanting at me?
Well, I mean, I was like, 49ers are playing the Chiefs, aren't they? Not playing the Cowboys. Why were we talking about the Cowboys? Then I realized you got the Cowboys shirt on.
All I had was a Cowboys
shirt
on.
So you were excited to riot.
My friend Frankie was snapping photos, and I just stood right there.
You were excited to riot.
Listen, I'm the only person that has the guts.
Did you tweet that out?
No.
Who tweeted it out?
They tweeted it out. The company tweeted it out.
Okay.
But my thing is that I'm the only person that has the guts to walk around here with a Cowboys polo on.
There you go.
Nobody else does it but me.
Even after 29 years of no Super Bowl. How old were you in '95?
I was 8.
So you don't even remember?
Yeah. When we got prime, I went to the parade.
I was just making sure your daddy took you to the parade.
Yeah, my parents took me to the parade.
Who scored the touchdown?
Women who scored a touchdown.
In '95.
What's about? That's Larry Brown. Yeah, come on. Say, man, you gonna quit trying to play me on these here?
You was a child. You can't.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Emmett was over here earlier. Showed me some love. Thank you for tweeting. He saw the video. Told me to keep up the good work. So we doing good right now.
All right, man.
I'll see you back in Dallas.
All right, no problem.
Well, we're going to LB's.
Of course.
Yep.
Always.
Right.